All right, just a couple of points before continuing with today's agenda. This is the commission's 35th meeting being done via a live streaming process. Mr. O'Neill will act as the Zoom meeting host. While commissioners will be able to make comments throughout the meeting, the chair asks that you please identify yourself and wait to be recognized by the chair before speaking to make sure we're not all speaking over each other, to make sure our recording secretary is clear as to who is speaking. First agenda item is a special presentation, and we welcome former Commissioner Tony Pagoda to our meeting. Hello, Tony.
Hi, Madam
Is Palma
Chairman.
there? Is Palma there with you?
Yeah, she's sitting watching television.
Okay.
She can hear you.
Say hello to Palma as well. So as you all know, Commissioner Pagoda left the commission in May 2020 as he and Palma moved out of state. I know from a couple of recent phone calls, they're enjoying their new home and all the amenities of their complex, the community, and the surrounding area. And I just want to note for the record that Mayor Loretti has joined us in the meeting. It came to my attention earlier this year that the Connecticut Federation of Planning and Zoning Agencies acknowledges the service of individuals on separate or combined planning and zoning commissions and our zoning board of appeals. Due to Tony's service on our city's commission from 1993 to 2020, I was pleased to nominate Tony to the Federation to receive its Lifetime Achievement Award, which is for those who served continuously for 25 or more years. Before I read the language about the award, I wanted to note the following. During the almost 27 years that Tony served on the commission, these are the major completed projects that came before the commission. And I'm sure Tony had input on all of these, which have brought residential and employment opportunities and various services to city residents. There are 7 Bridgeport Avenue shopping centers: the Marketplace, Crown Point, Kings Point, Walmart, Split Rock, CVS Kinko's, and the Staples Panera Bread Little Plaza. We've had numerous commercial light industrial buildings on Constitution Boulevard, Waterview Drive, Ivy Brook, River Road, Commerce Drive, Corporate Drive, Enterprise Drive, and Research Drive. We've had numerous single-family subdivisions, including those on Basking Brook Lane, Lake Road, Perry Hill Road, the projects known as Hawks Ridge, Shelton Cove, Heritage Point, Wells Spring Estates, and Four Winds. We've also had at least 5 condo complexes: the Borders Edge, Crescent Village, Rivendell, Birmingham, and the Renaissance. We've had at least 5 apartment complexes, including Bridge Street Commons, Brookview, the Mark, and the former Avalon apartment complexes on Canal Street and Upper Bridgeport Avenue. We've had at least 3 hotels, including the Hampton Inn, Homestead Village, and Hilton Gardens hotels. There's been at least 3 other residential facilities that came before the commission, including the United Methodist Homes Assisted Living Complex, Shelton Lakes Nursing Home Facility, and the Spooner House Homeless Shelter. And finally, we've had the Sports Center, 2 veterinarian hospitals, a storage facility, and 2 car washes. So I'd like to read the certificate, which looks like, well, I guess it does. You can't, there you go. It's hard to say. There we go. Looks like that. And we'll send that down to you in the mail. But it reads as follows. Connecticut Federation of Planning and Zoning Agencies presents to Anthony S. Pagoda a Lifetime Achievement Award for devoted service to the Planning and Zoning Commission of Shelton, Connecticut for a period in excess of 25 years, presented on the 21st day of April, 2021, Stephen E. Byrne, Executive Director. Tony was one of 3 recipients for this award this year in Connecticut. They would normally have been presented at a banquet sponsored by the Federation, but times being what they are, the Lifetime Achievement Award was presented via a webinar on April 21st. So congratulations, Tony, and thank you for your dedicated service to the city of Shelton. I now invite Mayor, you're welcome. Round of applause. And I now invite Mayor Loretti to share some thoughts about Tony's service on the commission. Mr. Mayor?
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. I want to begin by saying I really regret the fact that we can't do this in person. I think that, when someone dedicates the amount of time of their life to public service, it really deserves the proper recognition. And unfortunately, in these times, we can't do that. But Tony, I want to tell you that if you're up in Connecticut this summer, that I did do a proclamation, and I'd like to make the formal presentation to you then. But having said that, you know, I look back at where we began back in '91, and it's incredible the progress that the city has made. There's no doubt that the Planning and Zoning Commission in this city was one of the busiest ones in the state. When you look at the growth of our grant list, went from just under $1 billion to $5 billion today. A lot of that translates to the things that happened through planning and zoning and all the development that took place up on Bridgeport Avenue. But even more importantly, people forget about all the planning that went into the downtown area. And you know, Tony, that we talked so many times over the years about the importance of creating an environment in downtown that it was conducive for investors to come and do just that. Well, as we sit here today, I think we can all agree that that's happening in a very, very big way. And this is why that Shelton leads the state in so many different economic categories in terms of the number of people that are moving in now because of COVID, the number of businesses that are coming here, the planning and preparation that went into the downtown area, particularly along the Housatonic River, with the area called the Slab, the former BF Goodrich site. You know, you sat on the SEDC for all those many years. The SEDC was a big player in terms of trying to garner public support for referendums, for a plan design, for the Riverwalk, for the development that's taking place now. I don't think that I have enough time to articulate all the things that have transpired over the last 30 years that you've been involved in as a public servant. Forget about the fact that you had to raise your family and earn a living and still do all those things that generations before us did that made this country great. And I feel like that you represent a part of that fabric that made this country what it is today. You know, you served your country, you came home, you went to work, you raised your family, you participated in public activities through the Planning and Zoning Commission and involved yourself in the equation. It's just, it goes on and on and on. And I think that you have been a true model for these current generations to follow and to emulate in terms of public service, in terms of getting a result that really benefit the greater good. And so, Tony, I want to thank you personally for your involvement, for our many discussions about the development of our city, Bridgeport Avenue, residential areas, all those projects that Ginny had mentioned, and particularly the downtown. I think we can both take comfort in the fact that the work that went into downtown 25 years ago was paying dividends in a big way, and you and many others were part of that. And it's never easy getting a consensus across the board about how things should be done. But I think it's pretty hard to argue with the results that we got here today. You know, we've been recognized by many different groups across the state and even nationally for the growth that has taken place in Shelton. If you look at the evolution of the last 30 years, we've really transformed a city in Connecticut from an old industrial blue-collar community to one that has become a corporate hub, one that has become an employment center in the state of Connecticut. And on any given day, when 20 to 25,000 people commute into your city to come to work, it really speaks volumes as to the type of community that we've been able to put together. And you've been a very big part of that. And I want to say on behalf of our residents, thank you for your service. God bless you. Enjoy your retirement. And when you're back here in Shelton, you let me know. We're going to make that formal presentation. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. I'd like to say a few words. First, I'd like to thank, really, with all the work I did do, it was because of many of the past members and the present members of the Planning and Zoning Commission right now. Without them and their knowledge and their help, I don't think any of the
Is this being?
developments that we did would have come to fruition. Also, due to your leadership, I think many of those projects were brought in by yourself and the team in the city hall. I'd also like to thank the residents of Shelton for electing me all those years. I really felt honored and privileged to work for the city of Shelton. I do miss the people and I do miss the city, but life goes on, and I do feel privileged, as I said, to be honored like this. And I really want to thank all of you, and thank you, Mr. Mayor.
I do have a proclamation, Mr. Mayor, if you want me to read it quickly so that the members of the commission will be aware of what we, what was developed up in City Hall. Is that okay?
Yeah, well, as I said a moment ago, I thought we'd do that in a more personal and formal presentation if and when Tony comes to Connecticut.
Okay, that'd be fine. I did want to mention, I was in touch with State Representative Perillo, knowing that he served with on the commission when Tony was on, and fortunately they're in session up at the state capitol. He had said that if he I sent him the link, and he said if he could participate, he would join in, but it doesn't look like he was able to break away. But he did want me, if he was not able to just wish you well and to say hello, and wish you all the best.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank all of you. It's been an honor and a pleasure to work with all of you. I thank you very much and hope you're all safe and healthy.
That's right. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
You're more
very
than
welcome. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. You guys take care and good luck in the future.
Thank
You
you.
too, Tony.
We're going to
Thank you.
move on to